got blade fuses in their pocket when you're fishing? Probably none. If you do, it's kind of weird. But so let's see, AC charging. This is where this model whoops this one really good. I could plug that basic computerized cord. You guys seen them. They're a standard cord like this. They're all DJ lights. They're in a lot of basically a computer cord, right? You've seen those. I plugged it. There's a special one, obviously. It's bigger. I just demonstration. You plug that sucker right there into the wall, and you're charging 1100 watts like that. It doesn't take but a second. And on PECRON's side, this is the downfall of the PECRON one, is if you want to get 1100 input, which is technically 600 and 600, but it only brings in 550 and 550, so it's 1100 on the chargers. You have to, you've got to get what I've deemed, and I think I coined the term, if you will. This is called a lunchbox to me. This looks like something my dad would have had while going to work. It looks and acts like a lunchbox. You know, those things where you pop open and you got the little metal thermos in there, and now for some reason they're worth like, you know, $1 million, it seems. So that'll get you 550 watts charging in there. But here's the problem: if you want to get that 1000, you got to do another one. So now you got all this weight you got to carry. That's a ton. You know, these weigh probably, I don't know, maybe 5 pounds a piece, 3, 4, 5 pounds a piece. That's a lot to carry. So if it's a grab and go situation where you had an emergency, you grab that, the cords are already in the top. That's a plus with that model. This one, you got, look at all this stuff. I mean, that's almost the size of a, like a legit building brick for a house. I mean, there's 2 bricks. You know, hence the name bricks, why they call them. So that's that part about it with the charging. That one, UPS, also built-in UPS, Universal Power Supply, hence the name. You can use it for whatever you want. So the energy goes through and goes through the system, doesn't hit the cells, and it powers what you need if this is full. That's a huge plus, because if you have a CPAP machine or something like that, it'll run, and then this will kick on when the electricity comes out. This isn't so fortunate. This one does not have UPS. I guess there's going to be a newer version of this, which I'm looking forward to. Will have UPS. I didn't understand how important that was until years ago of having that ability to get the power to not cycle through the batteries to save the longevity of the battery life, and to use that energy from the wall into the device you need. And something like a CPAP machine, a lot of folks have those. You know, you're talking possible life or death situation there. If that goes out, you know, you have medical issues. So I always recommend a UPS for any kind of a important device, medical or whatever. Let's see what else we got. Solar charging. Solar charging is a huge difference the other way now. This one won in the AC charging, but this one wins hands down in the solar charging. I'll explain why. So this one has a port. Okay, kitty, it's okay. This has Anderson power pole on the side, as you see. And that's a 15 amp max input at 500 watt. Now, the big thing about that is, okay, I can charge at 500 watt, so that would probably take approximately, maybe about 400, or not 400 watts, about 4 hours. Hold on there, buddy. It takes about 4 hours to charge that. So solar, for me, that's kind of bad. Where this one, you like this one, buddy? Or you like that one? This one? That one. Okay. I apologize, guys. You know, once you're a daddy, you got to be a daddy forever, right? You bet. Okay, let me put you down there, buddy. All right. We love you. All right. So back to the, sorry about that. With the solar input, this has 3 MPPT controllers on it. That is huge for me, because not only can you put in 1300 watt max on the entire system through solar, through 3 different sources, right? So say you got a, I don't know, 50 volt panel or what, you know, 85, 90, whatever you have, and then you put another one here, and then you can put a small one here like that PECRON folding one for 100 watt. So you got 600, 600, and 100. So if you were looking at a time crunch, 4 hours to charge that versus possibly an hour and a half to charge this one, that's huge. You can charge AC and solar with this one at the same time. You can do that with that one though. So you'd be able to bump that up. I think 1100 from the wall plus 500 from solar, which gives you 1600. And so if you use both, I think that would win. But if you had a choice of just one, you could put an AC here and then 600 watts of solar here and 100. So you got 700 watt of solar plus about 550. So you got 1250 watts total. So it would win in that regards, but just straight solar, this thing crushes that thing. I mean, hands down. 800 watt more input, that's a big difference, especially if you're in a time crunch. 2000, so the watt hours, this is a real big thing. Anytime you buy a product like this, the most important thing, hands down, other than does it work, is the capacity for these batteries. I mean, if you had a gas tank that was only 1 gallon big, it wouldn't be worth a damn. You'd have to stop every couple, bits to fill up your car. This is 2000 and this is 1920, so 1920 watt hours. So that little 80 watt hour difference. However, this is a huge thing. This is a deal breaker for me. This one, the efficiency, I'm getting about 75%. That's about 1500 plus on the watt hours. Very disappointing. About 75% is like, man, I'm losing 25% of my power here just for the inefficiency of the inverters. Well, this one, I was shocked, and all the big guys reviewed this. They were getting 90 plus too. I was getting, I think my best was like 93% on one cycle, and I thought, well, that's bigger than like literally the big boys out there. I haven't seen any higher. I don't know about Gold Zero or anything like that. I have never had that, but there's a lot of power stations out there. But I've never seen 90s, but on a couple machines. I mean, that's really good. So I don't know if they underrated the cells or they overrated them or what have you. But that's a huge money difference here. Kind of like they do solar panels, man. I hate how they market stuff nowadays. 200 watt solar panels, you're pulling 125 watts staring at your wallet. And the reason for that is obviously you don't live in a laboratory, right? You don't live in an environment that's dust free, rain free, fog free, environmental free, leaves free, birds free, squirrels sitting on your solar panel. You have none of that in the laboratory. So they're getting optimal conditions where that power is coming in straight and solid, where you got a dang squirrel sitting there having a lunch on your solar panel and it's just killed a chunk of your power input. But I think that's a huge difference between these two models, and I like both. I don't have a fan favorite. Like I said, I don't get paid for any of this. I just want to do it to help folks out. Extra batteries. Now this is also a huge thing, but there's a little controversy with this just as of yet. I'm sure they're going to work it out. PECRON's been a really, really good company. I've been working with their engineers back and forth to try to help them, and they help me, and we help each other. And that's what you want when you buy a product. If you have a problem with it, you want to contact them. I didn't have any bad things to say about OUKITEL's customer service. I bought 2 of the units. You can see it's number 2. I bought 2 of them. But this customer service, unbelievable. It's other than the language divide, extremely helpful. I was like shocked. You don't see companies like that anymore, guys. I'm an old fella now. You don't see customer service like this. Most of the times you call and it's a robot and you get stuck in a loop where you're flipping through 40 different, press yes for no and this for that. I don't have time for that. I want to buy a product, get it to work. If I have a question, call, talk to a human being, get it worked out, and go on my day. I got work to do. I'm on the workbench. I got stuff I got to get done. But huge in the customer service department. Huge. PECRON. Super props to you, man. Really good. Let's keep it up, though. Let's keep it up. Let's get them cascades out. So you cannot expand this one. Back to what I was saying. I know I ramble a lot, and I apologize. Hence the name. You can only have 2,000 watt hours, and then you get about 1,500 plus out of that. That's it. The system's done. Unless you want to mod it, which I don't recommend unless you know what you're doing. This one, you can take it all the way up to, which I have. Many people have seen 2 EV3000s, which takes this model, you stack them on top, or however you want to do it, up to 8,064 kilowatts. So rounded at 8,000 kilowatts. 8 kilowatts, which is 8,000 watt hours. That's a huge amount of power to be able to carry around, throw in the trunk of your car, and go if you need. I mean, 8,000 watts would get an average house through an entire day of everything. Other than neither one of them have 240 voltage output. That's so you can't run your big dryers and your big compressors and stuff like that. But I guess in the future they're going to put another one of these, repair them together, kind of like BLUETTI did, and EcoFlow's the other one. Real big companies. I didn't have much luck with them guys. The customer service kind of let me down on the BLUETTI. I was really disappointed with that. And I was going to buy the AC300 and I was going to buy the AC500 when that came out. because I wasn't going to get the 300, and then I saw the 500, and you know how guys are, bigger and better and faster. So, and now I heard they have the AC 900 coming out. I mean, in 2 years, these things have gone from little boxes, you know, that where you can go fishing, to power your whole damn house and tie into the grid and, you know, run huge solar arrays of a couple thousand watts. That's amazing technology. I can't wait to what we see in 5 or 10 years. I hope you guys are with me on that, because I am a technology buff. I like learning everything I can about everything: computers, technology, electricity, whatever, sound. All right, back to not rambling. The ports. The ports is a huge thing. Oh, sorry, I got to go back. I'm sorry. So the 8,000, but they're having some trouble with the cascading lines. This is real important. I want to make sure I say this because I forgot about it. It seems to sync to one battery okay, which brings the unit to 5 kilowatts. But when you put the second one on there, there's a little bit of, I don't know if it's a communication thing. They said they have it worked out, but we can't get the cables till the end of January probably. That's why I did the prototype, talking to their engineers. I said, you know, I threw my hat on the table. I said, is there anything I can do to help you? I'm part of the team now, as far as not Team PECRON, Team YouTube here, because I dedicated a lot of time to you know, figuring all the ins and outs of this thing. So it would be dumb to stop now. Hell, I'm committed now. I spent my $4,500. I can return it, but I don't want to. I love it. This system, rock solid. That system, it's okay. I like it. It has its pluses and minuses. But this one, this is by far, right now, my favorite power station that I found so far. I've tried a bunch. I own eight different power stations. I like this one, and I'm not a fan favorite, so, you know, don't take it that way.